Welcome back to Upside Down Movie Reviews. Today I am reviewing Midsommar, the sophomore film directed and written by Hereditary's Ari Aster, starring Florence Pugh, Jack Rayner, and Will Poulter. Danny, Florence Pugh's character, and her boyfriend Christian, played by Jack Rayner, have been having relationship issues for a while and are on the brink of breaking up when Danny's family suffers a terrible tragedy that puts her in a dark place as she becomes emotionally unstable, and Christian is the only person she has there to comfort her. Christian, feeling bad for Danny and what she has been through, invites her on a planned trip to Sweden for a midsummer festival with his friends. Once they arrive for the 9-day festival deep in a forest, things begin to get extremely weird. This is a movie I was really looking forward to, coming off of Hereditary, which I thought was a very good film, and the trailer for this movie had me captivated, but Midsommar fell far from the tree of what I expected and of my anticipation levels. Florence Pugh did a terrific job in her role. Aster really let her shine in this movie, and she knocked it out of the park, especially during the emotional scenes and dealing with the tragedy her character dealt with in the movie. Although it did get to a point where her ugly crying was getting a bit excessive. She's done great work in both movies I've seen her in this year, Fighting with My Family being the first, and is off to a fantastic start in her acting career. She's only 23, and I cannot wait to see more from her in the future. But outside of her performance and the directing job by Aster, not much worked for me in this movie. Aster has a unique style in his directing. He's one of those directors that really tries to perfect his craft, and it definitely pays off most of the time. You can see that this is a product of art to him. The film is his canvas and the camera is his paintbrush. Part of his directing style is like a dollhouse effect. Whenever he films inside of a building, he pans room to room like how you would look at the inside of a dollhouse. He also has a lot of scenes that are wide angle and panoramic, and I like seeing something different like this from a director. His directing and cinematography I thought were very good in this film, but the storytelling I'm not so sure on. With this movie, I wanted real horror. I wanted to be like scared of something that could happen in real life, or even psychological horror, something that like kind of messes with your head a little bit, and I didn't get any of that at all. Nothing scary or creepy about this movie at all in my opinion, besides the opening sequence, the tragedy that Florence Pugh's character Danny suffered in the beginning of the film. We see the aftermath of it, like it actually shows us what happened. And that's probably the only thing I could think of that's somewhat creepy in the entire movie, which is pretty unfortunate because that's what I was looking forward to when I went to see this movie. The entire movie felt like it was building up to something deeper that it was hinting at, but it never got there. A lot of things in the movie I predicted 30 minutes to an hour before they happened, and this is a 2.5 hour movie. The longevity of it, you can really feel weigh on you as you're watching it as well. Most of the movie introduced things that it felt were just kind of glossed over. They were introduced in ways you felt like they would matter later on in the film. There was a lot of foreshadowing, but a lot of them the story never came back to, and ultimately made most of it just seem randomly placed in the film. One of the biggest flaws in the movie you could say is that it didn't have me feeling any sort of emotion at all. I didn't laugh, I wasn't happy, I wasn't sad, or anything. I was pretty much just neutral throughout watching it. Almost feels like there was no purpose for the film, and all movies should have a sense of purpose, like they're making connection to an audience in some way. If you're a casual moviegoer, I probably wouldn't recommend this movie for you. I'd only really recommend it to someone if you're a fan of Aster's last film or interested in seeing something you've never seen before. Then go ahead and check this one out because there's a lot that I haven't seen before that he does visually on screen. Overall, I enjoyed his first feature film a lot more than this one, but I'm open to seeing more from him in the future. I'm gonna give Midsommar a question mark. I'm not really sure what grade to give this movie. I kind of have a mixed bag of feelings towards the movie. More negatives than positives, as you can see in the review, but at the same time, I can't help but have an appreciation for what he did from a directing standpoint. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have seen the movie, let me know what you think in the comments below, or if any of you have questions about it, since I couldn't really go into spoilers, ask in the comments as well. Look forward to reviews on a few movies coming this weekend. Stuber, Crawl, and The Farewell are all coming out, so I hope to have reviews up for those this weekend or going into early next week. Make sure to subscribe for more reviews, and as always, all feedback is appreciated in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.